Filipino food. Especially the street food. It's some of the most underrated in Southeast Asia.
Wow.
I'm sure you've seen balut or even beautifully roasted lechon.
That is ridiculous.
But when you dig deeper, you'll find there's so much more to Filipino cuisine. In this series, we're exploring Manila's street food scene with indulgent recipes guaranteed to spike your blood pressure.
That is so delicious.
But first, we'll make a pit stop in nearby Pampanga where you'll find some seriously strange,
Well, you can eat the arms?
Apparently, I think I'm doing it.
but seriously flavorful food. It all starts now in the Philippines' culinary capital.
We've got this right here.
Oh, I know this one.
Chicken skits.
Yummy.
In this market, we'll start the day with a delightfully bizarre fried treat that locals are losing their head over. But before that, an appetizer.
I love the skin so much. And here you guys were like, why even eat the meat?
Because with us, we don't want to waste any parts of the animal.
Where is the meat, by the way? Where's it hiding? Is it exported?
Chicken.
It's so like over fried that it almost tastes like pork rind.
Yeah.
Pork chichurro.
Churro. Can you hear it? Like when you crunch it?
Meet Patlak, 24-year-old producer and model agent born and raised in Manila. Today, we'll be trying a lot of firsts for us both.
There's a bit of a theme today. It's not just food in Pampanga, but it's some of the more exotic, extreme things that you're gonna find in the Philippines or elsewhere. And so I don't know if this food is gonna be extreme for you. For you, maybe it's no big deal. What, chicken intestines, that's like an average Tuesday. What about chicken head?
Never had that yet.
That's what that is.
This is the chicken head.
Chicken head, discarded in many parts of the world, while YRC Chicken is selling over 10 pounds of chicken heads each day. But not until they dress it up a bit. Here, they coat the head in flour and deep fry. This is one of many unique offerings here at Toto Beats Market, a collective of over 20 street food vendors.
There's a couple different sauces here. This looks like vinegar sauce, and then this is
Sweet chili sauce.
so a couple different options here. It mostly tastes like fried goodness.
Surprisingly, it tastes like chicken.
It tastes chickeny. Oh, you see that?
What is that?
That's a brain.
Oh, wow.
Here, have that piece.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, you're so welcome. Stick your finger in there. You can peel it out with your finger.
Oh my god, it's gooey in the inside.
That's what I'm saying. See, that is all just brain matter. That is every embarrassing memory this chicken's ever had. Creamy.
Very creamy.
Rich, buttery almost.
The taste of the liver, but like more creamy.
Yeah, I agree. It has a little bit of that like kind of minerality to it. I gotta say, I'm pretty impressed. All the flavor is just masked by that fried exterior. And then even if that's too much for you, you just give it a little bit of a dip. You did a great job. I love already that it's our first food and you've never tried it before, even though you've been in Manila your whole life.
I'm in my 20s, gonna live my life to the fullest.
Sure, yeah, and I'm old and I've lived most of my life. I had a good life, so if I die today,
Our next iconic location found a way to turn this into one of this country's most beloved national dishes.
This is a historic location, especially in the food history of this country. But before we talk about the food this restaurant is known for, I want to ask you an unusual question. Why are Filipinos so obsessed with chicken ass?
It tastes good.
Tastes good.
Whether it's chicken head or chicken ass, folks in the Philippines will find a way to make this underappreciated meat into a masterpiece. Here, it's marinated in a secret savory sauce before being tossed over charcoal.
I don't even know what chicken ass look like without the feathers and all.
It's that. This is actually the bum right here. It's like a pointy bum because that's where all the tail feathers would be sticking out of. Wow.
Taste the ass.
You don't have to tell me twice. This is unbelievably juicy.
Yeah.
There's a unique combination of fat and protein and skin all together. So when you bite into it, it really explodes with some juicy flavor.
I bet this is yummy with rice as well.
We're in the Philippines. Everything's yummy with rice. That's just kind of a starter. We're here because we want to talk about sisig.
Yes, sisig.
The original recipe for sisig was breathed into existence here in 1974.
She tried how to utilize the pig ear so that will not go to waste. She mixed it with other meat parts, served it to the guests, and they loved it.
Lucia Cunanan had no idea her remixing of affordable, humble ingredients would transform her into a culinary legend.
It is everywhere, and it's remarkable because the Philippines is an archipelago with hundreds of islands, and I can hop 20 islands away and they're still gonna have sisig.
Today, Lucia's granddaughter, Carmina, is keeping the legacy alive.
Now, sisig has taken on a life of its own, and they make it differently. Sometimes they put an egg on it, sometimes they put mayonnaise. How do you feel about that?
Mine is original because I know that people will come here for the the original sisig.
Pretty much all sisig you find around the country will have fried up pieces of pig face on a hot cast iron skillet. But the OG, the one that started it all, begins with the whole pig head cut down into more manageable portions, then plopped in salty, boiling water for over an hour. The head chunks are chopped down even more and cooked again over charcoal.
Before, it was made to treat dizziness.
Well, I heard it's a popular drinking food, right?
Yes.
So in that way, it is kind of treating dizziness.
Yes.
After roasting, it's time for the chopping block, where bits of forehead, cheek, chin, and ears become lost in a mutilated mash of face parts before hitting the cast iron skillet along with onions, chilies, vinegar, and salt. This is sisig, and all other sisigs can kiss this sisig's chicken ass.
The time has come. We're waiting for the sisig. Okay, it's pretty epic. It's like Filipino fajita. It's so oily. Like mine is a volcano of pork grease. I have a calamansi here.
This is to give you a more sour taste.
Oh, I like that. You filter the seeds.
Yeah, so I can eat it right away without any butters.
It is hard to believe that this is all just a bunch of mutilated pieces of face.
They chopped it really well.
Yeah.
You wouldn't know.
No, here it is. First time eating the original sisig. Let's go for it.
OG.
That's delicious. First of all, it's like smoky from the cast iron. It has that wok hei kind of flavor to it.
Yeah.
Oh, this is tremendous. I mean, it's just rich, decadent, oily, over the top.
I need the rice right now.
Because it's so rich.
Yeah.
The guy behind you got 3 piles of rice. It's basically, he got sisig flavored rice. I mean, he has so much rice over there.
What's this? Maybe this is the ear. I think I got the treasure right there, guys.
Go for it.
Okay.
I'm a little bit jealous. What the heck?
It melts in your mouth.
Is it an ear?
I think it's an ear.
It could be a nostril for all you know.
It's, as long as it's yummy. I think this is like a good meal after their day's work.
After a day's work, it's noon. What time do you quit working?
Oh, really? It's your lunch.
Many foods in Pampanga have roots that go back to colonial times. In times of necessity, in times when resources were limited, folks had to get creative with what they had.
The food in Pampanga is very distinguished because the Spaniards colonized us for a very long time. They trained Filipinos to be their cook. On the other side, we also have this side of poverty during the war, so we were able to create food from the farm.
Over time, this magic that could be worked with pig faces or chicken butts became part of what's now known as Kapampangan cuisine.
Ma'am?
Hi.
I'm here today to learn more about your food. She's here for free food. You have a couple different things. You have frog, and then you have some bugs.
Those are mole crickets.
Mole crickets.
Wow.
Yes.
Hello there. First time seeing you.
The mole cricket, found in rice fields after harvest season.
That's between August to September.
This is a Kapampangan treasure.
So you said people are flocking here from Manila to eat these.
Yes, they cannot find it just anywhere. And they know we are a Kapampangan restaurant, so they expect us to serve kamaru.
First, fry onion, garlic, and tomato. This recipe centers around dressing up an incredibly affordable, readily available protein source. Add some salt, some fish sauce, and that's it.
I would say most people in Manila haven't tried this before.
I think this is the first time that's in front of me. Help me, dear God, survive this.
You can see there's tomato, onion, garlic, just a load of seasonings in here. I got a big fork full. I'm about to fork myself. All right, cheers.
Cheers.
Fascinating. Flavor is out of this world.
Yeah, the flavor is good. The texture.
is something different. I mean, the body, its big abdomen is just filled up with this liquid and these flavors, but there's still like the little legs.
So, would you say that this bugs you?
I'm leaving. I have an idea. I mean, they're the experts, but I think if you put peanuts or something else in here, crunchy, chicharron, then it can blend with the texture, and then you would kind of forget about
That it's a bug.
that it's a bug.
If you enjoy eating crickets, you have something in common with our next food, the frog.
Our authentic way is betute, minced stuffed frog with ground pork, carrots, onions.
In its belly.
Yeah.
It's like a Thanksgiving frog.
Yes.
Do you need to, that's sorry, that was good, actually.
In a bowl of ground pork, he adds the local herb alagoa, then onions and carrot. Mix and season with rock salt and pepper. Now, this mixture is stuffed into the frog, somewhere around where the head used to be.
You have to be very careful so that the stomach will be intact.
So normally, if you were not stuffing these, people would just slit the stomach open, pull out everything. But since it's going to be stuffed, you've kind of just cut it off from the collarbone, and you're stuffing it with another animal.
Originally, we also use the smaller frogs.
You stuff a large frog with a smaller frog.
Yeah.
Bathe the whole frog prior in a blend of vinegar, salt, pepper, and garlic for 15 minutes. Then it's one last swim.
Boom, our next meal, it's right here.
This is it?
This is it. Well, no, there's more after this, but This is one of my favorite things I've ever seen. I'm not sure how to start. I want to just take a big bite out of his belly, but first I'm just gonna eat the front on top.
Oh, you can eat the arms?
You can eat everything, apparently. I think I'm doing it. The bones, they turn into dust in your mouth. It tastes a little chicharron.
Chicharron. Yeah. You know, crispy pata, but like mini crispy pata.
Right? It's like the world's tiniest crispy pata. Brilliant. All right, this is the bite I've been waiting for. I think we just dig in. Let's go for it. That's so awesome and weird.
It's not a frog anymore.
Hello sunshine, hello sky.
I mean, this is the new contents of the frog belly. Who knows how many insects and flies and mosquitoes were in there before, but now it's like the last thing this frog ate was a giant pork sausage.
They transformed it into your turkey Thanksgiving.
Yes, for me the spine is kind of big. I'm not gonna eat the spine, I'm gonna eat around it, but it's pretty easy to do, to eat around it. I gotta say, the word bizarre actually fits here. It is bizarre. It's strange, but it works. We've come a long way. So far in this video, we tried a lot of new things, and actually, I'm proud that these are all things that you've never had before, but we still have one more place to go. A place where they eat pets. Today, we're gonna be eating one of the more controversial foods in the Philippines. As I understand it, many people in the Philippines consider this food, this animal we're about to eat, a pet.
That is correct. It's more like taboo here in this particular area in Angeles City.
Can you reveal, at last, what animal are we eating today?
Rabbit.
Okay, I feel like I'm way more suspenseful than you.
Lechon is a beloved, crave-worthy national dish. Slow-roasted pork stuffed with delicious seasonings, herbs, and spices with roots in Kapapengan cooking.
Oh my lord.
Here, in lieu of pig, we'll experience rabbit chon.
I've been cooking more than 30 years. I do a lot of experiments. I just came up with this recipe and so far so good. A lot of people, they like it.
The cleaned and skinned rabbit is marinated in a mixture of soy sauce, black pepper, salt, and his secret spices for 3 hours. Next, it's stuck with a skewer. Then stuffed with chilies, star anise, and lemongrass before the first aid kit is brought out and the rabbit is sewn shut with steel wire. Something tells me even these metal stitches can't save the rabbit now. Its skin is brushed and basted with soy sauce and coconut milk. This is rabbit lechon, perfected by Chef Calvert Molea, owner of Rabbit Chon Food Hub.
If you need to baste it, if you need to do anything, let us know. I see you're kind of keeping an eye on them too.
Yes, I have to.
All right, because it's very delicate, because cooking this is a lot more difficult than pork. Pork just has that natural, really thick
skin and
it's
fat.
almost hard to screw it up. But with the rabbit, how is it different?
It's not too fatty, so it tends to dry up and burn real fast.
All right, from here, he's gonna finish grilling them. It's a very delicate process. I don't want to interrupt him too much. I'm gonna let the man be and focus on his meat. And soon, we're gonna try it out for ourselves.
Though it's not a common protein source in the Philippines, I must say, compared to heads, bugs, and frogs, this rabbit is looking darn tempting. As it rotates, its skin darkens and shines like Midwestern chicks on spring break. When it's complete, he hacks it up, plates it, and it's ready to eat.
We've got rabbits behind us, we have rabbits in front of us, and then a multitude of rabbit dishes, starting with the chicharron. It's very thin. You can see it's not like a pork rind, which is a bit thick.
Yeah, and puffier.
It's very light.
It's very light. But when you smell it, it smells like the regular chicharron.
It's like a diet chicharron.
Yeah.
I think it's like a little bit more than pork.
Similarly to the pork.
Similar, it's not so intense.
It doesn't taste like that sinful.
Right, diet chicharron, that's amazing. Besides the chicharron, he's made this.
Papaitan, or bitter soup. It's made with intestines, but the real flavor, the bitterness, comes from the bile. It's usually made with goat or chicken, but here, your only option is rabbit.
You've had papaitan before, right?
It's actually my first time.
The comments on this video are gonna be like, this lady has literally not had any Filipino food.
Oh no!
Well, we're gonna get a real close-up on your face and see your first impression. Let's try it out.
Oh, that is sour.
Sour and bitter though.
It hit my throat.
I used to really hate anything bile-y, but I'm coming around now. And I think if you cook it with the right balance of other ingredients, it can be pretty good. Overall, what do you think? Yes, no?
Overall, yes, I would eat this with the rice.
Here, this is the main event.
event.
First of all, this is what the rabbit looks like right here. What I love is that it looks like a shrink ray gun was used on a normal pork lechon, and it shrank down to this size.
Oh, but it's not that hard.
It's not crispy.
Yeah.
More leathery, I would say. Here, this is the skin.
Let's do it.
thin, chewy, sweet, savory.
Yum.
It has a ton of flavor because he's just basting the heck out of it. Oh, you're going for the meat? It is white
wow.
meat. It looks almost like chicken breast, but more juicy. It is super clean.
And they say the rabbit meat is more healthier, and they say there's no almost cholesterol in it.
Right, I'm gonna try this. We have some skin and some meat together.
There you go. Even better. Even better. This would be good for any event, like birthdays or Christmas.
Yeah, or like a birthday party. You could start with like a petting zoo and end with dinner. I think we did a great job. I'm very proud of you today.
Thank you.
Almost everything in this video has been new to you, so that's kind of cool. From here, we need to finish both of these rabbits before we can leave because we don't want to waste.
Oh, okay.
These are God's creations, and so we must consume them all.
Today, we're gearing up for the ultimate heart attack tour in the city of Manila.
Bro, Sonny, welcome back to Manila.
From viscous mystery soups teeming with random body parts,
Is that a practical joke, by God?
all the way to big, heavy, deep-fried pork sensations.
That is so delicious.
It all starts here. Our first dish is a killer. Lomi, made with thick, fresh egg noodles and a rich broth jam-packed with heavy toppings. This is the lomi you eat if you lose your job, get dumped, and find out you're adopted, all on the same day.
Today, I am back in the capital, and I'm here to try a type of food. I've never heard this name before. How do you describe it?
It's called putok batok.
First, chopped onions and garlic are added to a wok with cooking oil.
Basically, it just means food that makes your high blood pressure high. Salty, soupy, greasy,
Fried.
Everything with cholesterol is good.
Then, the pork broth. Season it with soy sauce, secret spices, and black pepper. Toss in the signature lomi egg noodles. Add some coconut milk, then an egg, and mix until it becomes thick. With the foundation prepped, it's time for the toppings. Roasted pork, lumpia or fried spring rolls, liver, ground pork, Chinese kikiam, and fried garlic. This is where a reasonable man would stop. But no, how about fish balls, hard-boiled eggs, and finally, the chicharron. This bowl of unhinged excess belongs to Andy's famous Batangas lomi and bulalo.
It's 90 degrees, it's very humid, and there's nothing I would rather do than stick my whole face in this huge, heaping, heavy pot of noodles and other assorted varieties of things. I think we should start with the spring roll.
Whoa, it's meaty and crispy.
It's also soaked up all this broth. That's really good. This is a pork belly,
Whoa, that's really fatty.
but that is delicious. What do you think is more special about this? The toppings or what's inside?
I think the most important thing is the egg noodles must be fresh, the broth must be good also. The toppings are just additional, but the signature for the toppings is the kikiam.
Meet my eating Sherpa for today, Chewy, a young Filipino who documents the deepest local eats in each corner of the Philippines.
All right, let's try it out. I love it. Like chewy, almost like kind of spongy flavor.
If you're eating lomi, it's incomplete without adding onions and soy sauce.
We've got the onions in there, the soy sauce. I'm gonna unearth and bring up the noodles. Egg noodles are probably my top 3 of all types of noodles. The texture, how they just have some good
And
bite to
slimy,
it.
a little bit.
Yeah. No, more like how they're chewy. Oh, it's so hot. I failed. Dude, you were so good at this. How'd you do that?
I trained with instant cup noodles.
Even the noodles are so hot at this point, they've gotten quite soft, but they're totally just saturated in that super savory, salty broth.
And also the onions, it's adding a little bit of sweet element.
This is, you said, a must for any lomi. It is the liver. So I want to build up to this bite right here. Some liver, some of the noodles. I do have some onions holding on for dear life.
Amazing.
This is a great start. Today is all about the over-the-top, very indulgent, very porky, oily, greasy, fried Filipino food.
And sweaty.
Yeah, we gotta sweat some of this salt out and replenish with more water and more food.
Next on our hit list of dangerous diners, this place, serving up braised body parts you won't find just anywhere.
Sir, how you doing? Very excited to be here. The name of the food is what?
Paris.
Oh, Paris, like in France?
Paris is basically a Filipino braised beef stew, usually served with garlic fried rice.
Compared to other Filipino dishes, what makes this stand out?
Pagkain Pilipino lang yung
It's the food for the masses. From rich people, from drivers, etc., etc. In each corner, there's Paris here in the Philippines.
And they're all a little bit different?
Yeah, they have their own style.
Paris is so much more than just braised beef and bones. First, every beef cut you can imagine is tossed into a huge pot. Don't believe me? Let's play a little game.
I want to play a little game called Guess That Organ.
Oh, I love that.
Our first organ here, I'm going to say this is a stomach?
Right.
Right. Okay.
What's this?
See, I got one of those, and it's working overtime because of all the Jack Daniels I drink. That, my friend, is a liver.
Liver, yeah.
All right.
Oh, you're good, man.
Oh, what is that? I have no idea what that is.
This is called tumbong. It's near the rectum area. Can I say rectum?
Yeah, you can.
Rectum. Oh.
Ah, yes. But of course, it's ringworm. I don't know that. But that's too long to be a. Is that the? Yeah. Come on, it's looking at me. Put it down. So you guys really eat everything. There's nothing that goes to waste.
Those cow parts are cooked for 5 hours before they add in mega hits of flavor: onions, garlic, celery, green chilies, ginger, pepper, and salt. Boil everything together for 1 more hour and dig in.
Because this is constantly on the heat, it's evaporating, it gets more condensed, and then he puts in this white liquid. Is that milk?
The secret to this pot of pares is to make the broth last as long as the meat does.
They just call it milk, but it's not milk.
So you may catch the owner dumping in some more special broth, jugs of soy sauce, and secret milk, which I'm pretty sure is just cornstarch.
So it's kind of a thickening agent.
Yeah, thickening agent.
Upon serving, cut all the ingredients into smaller pieces, assemble in a bowl, and finally add in that salty, viscous broth. In peak season, they can cook up to 150 pounds of offcuts and cow parts.
Boom! This is bato.
Putok batok.
Putok batok meal 2. I think we should try that soupy soup first. Oh, that's quite satisfying.
There's so many flavors. The soy sauce, the garlic, the beef stock.
There's like a hint of gaminess in there, but I like it. All right, let's try out this beef.
Really tender, right?
It's such an interesting combination of one, he's working all morning, kind of really crafting this meat with a love. And then when he needs more broth, he just dumps an industrial-sized container of soy sauce inside. So it's this mixture of fast and slow to make this work.
A pares is not complete with the sides. You have to add more garlic, some calamansi, and leeks also. A spicy chili.
See, how much diarrhea do I want? I want this much diarrhea. So this is garlic rice. I want to try it alone to see how it tastes. Super tasty, but we don't eat it like that. We put the soup on top.
Soup and meat.
A little bit of liver, a little bit of heart. Let it soak up that beautiful sauce. We got the broth, heart, liver, the rice, everything together. Let's try it out.
Oh yeah, that's a complete package.
Oh, it's delicious. The rice cuts down some of the intensity and saltiness from the soup.
That's why the Filipino community love pares. It's really flavorful and it's really cheap. It's very accessible also.
There are testicles in here, but he chopped them so tiny. Can you see?
This one.
Ah, right there. Have you had this before?
Yeah, I love balls.
Fantastic. I agree, actually. Not bad. What helps is everything in the bowl tastes the same. You're just getting like different textures. Okay, let's try that peanut. Look at this.
Oh, wow.
It's like a giant scallop. It's really big. This bowl could have played for the NBA. Wow, it's been so cooked, so braised, it's become kind of gummy. To me, that didn't even taste like a penis.
Have you tasted before?
I mean, like in Hong Kong.
Oh, okay.
At a restaurant. I gotta say, I'm very impressed. It does definitely feel like a bit of an indulgence, but then lots of meat, protein. It's not just a bunch of fried stuff. When you mix it with the rice, it's quite delicious. Pares.
Pares.
Our next savory salt bomb comes from here, the stall inside a humble carinderia that's delivering radiant noodles, guaranteed to spike your dopamine so high you'll crash into a days-long depression right after eating.
For a second, it looked healthy. When it was just noodles and like a handful of green stuff, and then she doused it with this bright orange nuclear sauce.
This broth base is prepared with pork bones, salt, pepper, fried garlic, MSG, and annatto oil, which explains the bright orange color. To thicken the broth, cornstarch and eggs.
Let's try just this sauce. I like it. It is super salty. It's like XXX rated salt.
Now, to bring all the elements together. First, thin rice noodles. Then, a dump truck of flavors. Fish sauce, garlic sauce, pepper, MSG, and crushed chicharron. Top that with a natto fried tofu, homemade adobo squid, a hard-boiled egg, and finally, that thick, glow-in-the-dark orange gravy. Garnish with homemade chicharron, and that is the same exact dish you'd get if you came here 80 years ago.
Super greasy. They're taking a shot of oil. To balance all this here, we have this. Oh, look at that balance. 1 gram of vitamin C.
Let's just mix it.
This is like the calling card for Filipino street food. Is this blaze orange color. So I've got some noodles here. I've got a little bit of the crispy skin. Let's go for it.
Let's go for it.
Oh man, I need a giant Mountain Dew. Oh, is this the Mountain Dew? Oh yes, room temperature Mountain Dew. Balance. I gotta say, very satisfying. And is this something you find all over the Philippines?
Yeah, all over the Philippines. We have different kinds of palabok.
Miss Mayeth Arquia's stall, Bobet and Mayeth Pastora is the name, is scrunched between 2 others in a center, packed with eating options. This is called a carinderia. The term simply means a small roadside restaurant that serves up local and traditional home-cooked food. It's so popular among locals because it brings them back to the flavors of their childhood.
Wash it down. Whew. We have one more epic food remaining. Let's go.
Somehow, after all this salt, cholesterol, and pure joy, our hearts continue to tick. Our next stop might just change that. Here, they're deep fry entire portions of pig, bringing together the perfect trifecta of meat, fat, and crunch.
Ma'am, what's a good like welcoming in the local language?
Magandang araw.
Magandang araw.
Magandang araw, madam.
What's that mean?
Since 1972, Miss Judy Ann Francisco and her family have been serving up a dish known as crispy pata, a pork lover's dream. Crunchy pork skin enclosing savory, tender meat. It all starts with the pata.
What does pata mean?
The pata is the front leg of a pork.
The pork trotters are pre-cooked, boiled for 3 to 5 hours with celery, onion, garlic, bay leaves, salt, and pepper. This will soften the meat and break down the fat.
What I've heard is that in the Philippines, people don't usually use the back legs for the pata. Is that because that's where the pee happens?
No, the behind one, they are more on fats.
After the legs rest for 1 hour, they're ready to take the plunge.
Unlike the front legs, they are more on the meaty part.
A healthy 20 minutes, fully submerged in oil until it turns a tempting shade of golden brown.
So this is healthier.
I just hope it won't increase your blood pressure.
We are actually trying to get it through the roof.
I can provide the medicine.
For you, what is the secret behind the perfect crispy pata?
For me, it's our secret. For sure, it must be kept secret.
Okay.
When the pata is crispy, it's sliced and topped with their super freaking secret glaze that they won't disclose to me or any other food expert.
Okay, I understand the secret must remain a secret, but if you're a customer, what are you looking for in the perfect crispy pata?
What they're looking for us is the crispiness and the juiciness.
Oh. It sounds like dessert to me. Can we put a candle in the middle? Take a look. I think I've got the left foot and you got the right foot.
Wow, this is such a big crispy pata, Sunny.
So how many people would you usually share this with?
Maybe around 4 to 5.
We also have a couple of foods to accompany.
This is portong alimasam, an omelet cooked with crab meat.
I tasted crab. There's an egg, of course, but then just this sweet brown sauce around it. Would you consider that what do you say?
Putok patok.
Would you consider that poto pato?
Definitely no.
No?
Yeah, this is just an egg.
What about this?
Oh, it's not putok patok.
No. Oh, this is basically a salad.
This is pancit bihon, a mix of glass noodles and egg noodles cooked with pork and veggies.
You have to put the calamansi, you have a little acidity, and then maybe a little mix.
My last healthy food before the pork. Super peppery, delicious, tender thin noodles. That's very nice. I'm now playing around with the side dishes. Here we have the main star of the day, the crispy pata. Should we try the skin?
Yeah.
The
glaze is nice, kind of sweet.
Yeah, a little sweet. Oh, it's a really good take. The under part of the skin is almost sticky, so it's kind of sticky on one side, crunchy and sweet on the other side. That is so delicious.
Actually, this is the first crispy pata. I've seen that they have pickles also.
Whoa. I mean, it makes sense. You want something a little acidic, vinegary, and sweet to go with something so heavy. Oh, look at this. Dude, this is like eating chicken. Look at this big, soft piece. This thing is still steaming hot. I cannot wait. Let's go for it. Cheers. My gosh, it is so soft, tender, juicy, hot, and steamy. It should not be for children. Let's do some anatomy. So that's like the forearm, the wrist, and then that is like kind of the hand right there. But look, I just pulled the foot off like it was nothing. I bet I could split this in half. Yes! So all those parts have melted down. Everything between the joints, when it was boiling for 3 to 4 hours, that's when all this really got super soft. I mean, take a look at that. All that fat is rendered down beautifully. Little bit of pickle.
The pickles is superb.
The sweet glaze is where it's at. I wish there was like a bowl of honey here. We could just keep dipping it in. To me, of everything we've eaten today, by far the most satisfying. How do we know if we are successful in our putok patok mission today?
Putok batok is just a hypothetical term from Filipinos, but anything that is fatty and greasy, and I think we did all of that with different aspects, different flavors, different stories. I'm glad that you enjoy all of the putok batok food here in Manila.
I want to say to you, my man, thank you very much.
Sonny, the pleasure is mine.
Cheers. Cheers. Traditionally, lechon means a roasted pig, or more specifically, a roasted suckling pig. But you'll find that word used much more broadly in the Philippines today. Yeah, buddy. Lechon is one of this country's most beloved foods, oh my Lord,
and a frequent centerpiece at celebrations of all kinds.
For me, a good lechon has to have a good skin. Especially a skin that could survive at least a day or two or even longer.
Like my skin.
A lot of skincare routine than the lechon.
Yeah, Jack Daniels.
I'm on a mission to experience this decadent delicacy from the super affordable.
That's a new dish right there.
I've never had that before.
All the way to the shockingly expensive.
I'm told that you can cut it with a plate. Ready?
Ready.
It all starts Here,
Camera, action!
meet Rado,
Put her there.
owner of Rado's Lechon,
I hear you are an absolute legend in these parts.
a humble alleyway diner that boasts a big reputation and a long list of local fans. Like who? How about this city's mayor?
Today, we're focused on an episode that's all about lechon in the Philippines.
Many of the Philippines' signature foods have Spanish roots, including lechon.
What does lechon actually mean?
It came from a Spanish word called lechona.
Lechon usually refers to a spit-roasted pig rotisseried over hot coals, although many places have their own roasting styles. Bali,
No matter how big, we roll it with hand.
Cuba,
It's like a medieval torture device. I love it.
Vietnam.
I've never seen a pig this tiny. You could microwave this pig, it's so small.
No place does it quite like the Philippines. Here it's stuffed with delicious flavors that permeate through the meat. Lemongrass, bay leaves, even chilies.
I always thought lechon meant the whole pig on a big skewer, but you don't have the whole pig here. What do you have here?
For belly.
Lechon kawali, made with giant pork meat slabs.
How long do you boil it?
30 minutes.
Unlike other lechon kawali is not usually stuffed with lemongrass, onions, and everything. It's mostly seasoned with salt. Then after that, it's directly to the frying pan.
This is where the word kawali came from, meaning the use of a pan or a wok.
This dish is commonly made at home because it's easy to make, unlike the regular lechon that you roast.
After frying for 30 minutes, the slab is chopped down into bite-sized pieces that ring up at less than $2. And for 20 cents more, you can pair it with fried garlic rice. This affordable, hard-hitting blend of crunchy lechon, seasoned rice, and sweet, tangy sauce to tie it all together is what's kept Rado's Lechon going strong since it opened 20 years ago.
Typical tropical kind of weather. It'll probably be gone in 5 minutes, but in the meantime, here, 100 grams of paradise. I think we should try a piece of this just as it is.
I'm gonna get the big one already.
Oh, you have a way better looking plate.
You want it?
Yeah, thank you.
Okay.
Cheers. Super crunchy,
Super crunchy.
oily, a bit juicy. I like it.
I can hear your crunch from here.
Yeah. Delicious, fried, juicy pork belly. There's nothing to not love about this. This garlic rice is fantastic.
Yeah.
Super salty, savory. You know, sometimes garlic rice can be a little burnt. People get a little too happy with frying the garlic. I feel like if you wanted to, you could also mix the pork belly with the rice and then a little bit of sauce on top of there. Do people ever do something insane like that?
There's no limit on what you can do with lechon. You can get creative with it.
I must say, for $2, that is an excellent value.
This set the bar so high already.
It's gonna be tough to beat.
So let's see what the others would give us.
Everyone's favorite part of the traditional roasted lechon seems to be the pork belly. So what if you could forget about roasting the whole pig and just focus on this prized pork part?
We used to sell the whole lechon, but because of the pandemic, people have been forced to celebrate their birthdays and other family celebrations only within their household. That's when I started selling lechon belly. Some other people call it bellychon.
So that's what I've heard.
Smart.
Bellychon, cheaper than buying a whole pig while still providing crispy skin, fatty cuts of meat, and 15 pounds of porky flavor. Mark is the 4th generation to run this roastery.
This place has already been started by my ancestors more than 100 years ago by my great-grandmother, around 1920s.
Who are you talking to?
The camera.
I do like that. You took over the show. This place has a legacy. We've been here for hundreds of years. Zoom in a little bit. Anyways, so.
The meat is seasoned with garlic, onion, and a mixture of rock salt, pepper, MSG, and some proprietary ingredients.
What do you think it takes to make a really good lechon?
The native pig, which is only bought within the Philippines. It's a local breed.
Does the pig have a special diet, special workout routine?
Yeah.
A therapist?
They own a huge forest and just let the pigs go around and eat natural food, not the commercial food, like the pellets.
Roasting here is an old-fashioned, tedious process, done by hand with continuous adjustments being made, turning at the right speed, placing more or fewer coals, ensuring each section is cooked evenly.
We need to talk about price. This video is about us experiencing different levels of lechon based on how much it costs. First of all, about how much does that weigh?
What we're getting today is a 6 kilo size oh sorry, I'm thinking.
It's okay.
I sell it for 3,600.
Okay. I'm trying to think, is that good or bad? It's pretty, you know what? It's very medium.
Yeah.
It's very medium. That's why we came here.
Halfway through, it's slathered with even more pork fat.
But it's not going to feed one person. How many people could this feed?
More than 25.
More
Good
25.
enough.
What do you think now, haters?
After about only an hour, it's ready to go to Mouthtown.
This is not a restaurant. People come here, they either pick it up or can you also deliver it?
We deliver it.
How much advance notice do people need? 35 minutes?
No, we need 3 to 5 days before.
See, if you're feeling hungry, 3 to 5 days.
Or better yet, just start for 3 to 5 days. So when you get the lechon, you eat them all by yourself.
You eat the whole
Either
thing.
way.
Let me just say quickly though, where we are, nobody ever eats here because they get it, they take it away, they go home. We have no choice because, I don't have a home in the Philippines. Nice.
You have to take off the ropes first.
Yeah.
Yes. And then open it.
We're gonna open it to the world right now so you can see for the first time. Look at that.
Wow.
What's the best way to get the skin off, you think? Maybe cut it again.
You have to work hard to get the good stuff.
I cannot wait to put this in my mouth. I'm burning my hands, I don't care. Okay, you can have this one.
Thank you so much.
That is the definition of being a gentleman, because I literally did not want to give that to you. And I ruined it. I'm home. Very crunchy. It almost has a little chicharron flavor to it. Here's just some of the belly. You can see the beautiful layers. I mean, these are the abs from the pig. You ready?
I'm loving his job already.
Oh, what are you saying? Are you saving this for a rainy day?
Oh my God, he's a thief. He got my best part. Oh my God.
This is the one I wanted the whole time. It has my dental record. If I get killed now and police find this, they're gonna definitely be able to identify my body.
Yeah, and you can see it's a smile because he liked it. I'm gonna eat the skin with the fat. How about you? Let's do it.
Oh, this is a great idea. I've never thought about this. Best bite so far. Best crunch, but the skin's a little bit dried out here and there. And so the fat is there to bring some of that soupy, oily, porky action.
Hallelujah.
I think I'm starting to fall in love with this, maybe even more than regular lechons.
Yeah.
Everybody just wants the neck and the belly anyways. And then what, you're left with like, oh, I need to eat the bicep now, or hamstring. Man, I mean, we are not even at the most expensive place yet. That is our second lechon, but we still have one left. The most expensive lechon you have ever seen in Manila in this video.
Typically, a roasted pig like this might cost around $100, but our next location has a much smaller pig that costs much more money.
It costs 8,000.
$8,000.
Oh, that's 8,000 pesos.
8,000 peso. I have no idea what that is. Wait, is that like approximately $152?
Correct.
Chef Wilson Mascareñas is the head chef of Crisimoto's 13 chains. Safe to say, he knows his way around a piglet.
Our suckling pig lechon is 21-day-old from Spain. It's imported.
Oh, from Spain?
It's a Spanish pig.
And it's a suckling pig, means it's never eaten solid food. So it's only ever fed pure mother's milk, and that is it.
Breastfed baby pig.
Wow.
To start, they season the whole suckling pig with salt, then stuff it with garlic cloves, lemongrass, black pepper, and bay leaves. Marinate for 3 hours.
How much does a pig weigh?
It's about 6.5 kilograms.
13, 14 pounds.
Probably correct.
Here, they don't fry the meat and they don't roast it. Instead, they bake it in a brick oven.
What is heating the brick oven? Are you burning wood?
Charcoal.
After an hour, once the piglet has developed a bit of a tan, he brushes it with cow milk.
When preparing lechon this way, what is a chef's worst nightmare?
Tinfoil is used to cover the ears, legs, and nose, prevent those smaller appendages from burning.
He said that the worst part of it is the skin bubbles up. Their technique is that they stick a rod inside of it so that the fats would go down instead of going up. And it also depends on the pig quality.
Right, you don't want to buy a bubbly pig.
After 4 hours of this, it's finally complete. High-quality ingredients imported from Spain that take up to 7 hours to marinate and cook. No wonder this little guy carries with him a hefty price tag.
First of all, we have this little tail here. You can just have that.
Thank you so much.
I'm told that you can cut it with a plate.
Yes, everybody in the Philippines who ate cuchinillo have tried cutting it with a plate.
And they were successful.
Yes.
Well, let's cut it in half with a plate because that's a normal thing to do. Here we go. Ready?
Ready? Roll it. Good job. You gave her a butt crack. Oh, wow. The crunch keeps coming.
Oh, unbelievable. You want to do it?
See that? That's how you cut it. Easy and fast. 1, 2, 3. There you go.
You're not even supposed to do that.
No, you can do it. You even cut the head at that
Okay,
part.
stop. Okay, good. Your ex-boyfriend is sorry. He'll call you back later. I'm gonna break this in half. It was like breaking a pencil in half. It's so loud and crispy. Here we go.
This baby knows what she's doing.
The first location we went to today, the skin was a little thicker.
It's really thick.
But here, it's more thin skin than some politician you don't like. You guys fill in your own politician. These times are way too divisive right now. I'm not taking a side. Good boy or girl. Let me see what happens. I just pull this up. That is crazy. Talk about baby back ribs. It is a perfect blend of super hot, juicy, oily, and savory.
Yes, that it's not overpowering.
It's not overpowering. It's not underpowering. It's empowering. Has anyone ever mukbang just a whole pig?
Oh my
You
God.
take the front, I'll take the back.
This is like a trophy. You're like, congratulations, you
It's
won
like-
something.
Yes, ready?
For sure. This is how you should eat it.
The best part about being an adult is you can just do whatever you want to your body. You can just destroy it completely, like what we're doing right now. I think it's remarkable. There's something about it being a little bit smaller that's nice. The flavors are delicious. There's no doubt these chefs know what they're doing. It takes a long time, and you can see that the effect of cooking it slow and low has melted all the fat down, and it's made the skin irresistibly crispy. This is fantastic, but the hard part now is we're gonna go over there and have a separate conversation about which one we thought gave us the most bang for our buck. Are you ready?
For sure, it's the most expensive one. Because it's a baby pig, the texture is more tender.
You don't care about eating a child pig.
The world is harsh, so it's okay. Just kidding.
No, I like that. What are you gonna do?
Something different from the ones I usually had. The way it melts in your mouth.
My favorite for today was actually the most affordable option. $2 lechon. It was fried, it was greasy, it was so undeniably delicious for such a low price. It is hard to beat.
But I actually expected it from you because when we were about to wrap up, you're still eating it.
That's true. I ate more plates actually after we cut. Boom, guys, that is the end of the video and the end of our mini series here in Manila in the Philippines. I hope you enjoyed it. A big thank you to Patlak.
Thank you so much, guys. Thank you also for the invite and for feeding me 3 lechons in a day.
Follow her fun adventures in Manila in her daily life and beyond. That is it for this one, guys. Thank you for watching. I will see you next time. Peace. Oh God, I'm having a seizure this time.